And now to a silent epidemic that is slowly creeping across the country. Adolescent girls still face a dire threat in the form of sexual, gender-based violence that threatens their education and early career progression. Now, a report by the National Syndemic Diseases and Control Council shows that cases of gender-based violence and incest have increased in a majority of counties across the country. And as Brenda Wanga now reports, the girls face the greatest danger of sexual abuse at the hands of their grandfathers.
The numbers gleaned from the study show that the triple threat of teenage pregnancies, new HIV infections, and sexual and gender-based violence are still far from being defeated, putting the country's youth and girls particularly in danger.
So we will be inviting you.
The report unearths what the council calls a silent epidemic, sexual and gender-based violence manifesting as incest, a crisis that is cutting across nearly all counties in the country. According to the findings of the report, the cases of sexual-based violence, including incest, increased in 37 counties, amongst them Nairobi, Homa Bay, Siaya, Bungoma, Kakamega, Kisii, Nakuru, and Kilifi, all registering over 1,000 cases of girls who presented themselves to health centers for treatment of SGBV and incest cases.
These are the data on the perpetrators of incest that are reported within the police. Majority of those, of course, people close to them. Grandfathers are leading in the sexual violation cases reported, of course, followed by fathers. And then you have uncles and then brothers in that order. And that for us is a concern that we need to think about society that has been covering an issue like this one for a long time and ask ourselves, how do we want to program differently?
While calling for more action on the prevention of such cases, the council lauded the progress made in tackling the other two threats, teenage pregnancies and new HIV infections. The numbers show that the new HIV infections among teenagers aged between 10 to 19 reduced by 2% between 2021 and 2023. Counties such as Samburu, Mombasa, Kajiado, Tharaka Nithi, Trans Nzoia and Busia among those with increased cases of new HIV infections for those aged between 10 and 19.
The HIV epidemic now has become more centered around these groups. Whereas we can see we are making some progress as we continue to program, we still know that there are counties that traditionally didn't have HIV, and we are seeing that where the epidemic is growing in those counties, it is among the young people, especially aged 10 to 19.
Teenage pregnancies seem to have registered the most significant reduction, with nearly all counties registering negative growth in this area. Only Mandera and Uasin Gishu counties showed an increase in the number of girls getting pregnant, while 44 counties showed a decrease of between 0 to 50% last year. The council now wants all sectors involved in the campaign to work in concert to ensure that the targets of eradicating the triple threats by 2030 not only remain on track but are achieved on time. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.